Hello, my name is Frances Maxwell. I'm a global distributor here in Arkadelphia, Arkansas, and it's a pleasure to see all of the people that are on the call this morning. And I know that this covers many of the different time zones across the whole world, and thank you all for the attendance. And as you can see, our subject today is the power of women. And I will be speaking to the women and men regarding this topic. Women, because many of us do not realize how powerful we are, and to men to give them a better understanding of the power of the woman that you may have just enrolled in the company. You are going to be attracting and enrolling more of these powerful women. And I am also addressing the women of the world, not just Arkansas, United States, North America, but globally. And on this first slide, you see the explosive device with a fuse. I believe this is a picture of many women. When they do realize the potential they have, they will explode with activity, growth, visions, self-confidence, believing it is impossible for them to fail. Got a little technical there. Just had a little technical difficulty there just for a second. I'm sorry and apologize for that. In our second slide, you see women of the world. And you see pictures of many women, all ages and races. And it's interesting to me, as I was searching for pictures of women, that I was finding it difficult to find pictures of just women. That most of the sites of pictures included a man in the picture. And to me, that went along with the idea that many still have today, is that it's a man's world. And it's also interesting how we all get in our own little world. To explain that, I am like many. I take for granted the many freedoms that I have in North America. I was shocked one day when I was talking to a lady in another country, and she was not allowed to drive a car. And I'm sure that's just one of the many differences in North America and the other countries. And this makes me realize that the women in the emerging markets do not have the same opportunities as I do today. It reminds me of some 50, 60 years ago when I was a young lady of about 18 years of age, and the career opportunities that were available to me as a woman. I had nurse, teacher, office worker, and if I was in a large city, factory worker. And the emerging markets today are about at that stage today. The emerging markets are just now realizing the opportunities that were available to them today that we have had available to us for a number of years. Women, I want to instill in your mind, to help you change your mindset about your capabilities as a woman. You can succeed as men are, plus you have some qualities that men don't have. And that gives you the ability to be a successful businesswoman. So what is your dream? What do you want to be? And what do you want to do? For most women, you may want to be a homemaker, have a home with a family, children, etc., and that's great. You can do that as well as a business. We women are great multitaskers and able to wear many different hats. I use myself as an example. My hats were and are housewife, wife, mother, gardener, full-time job as a nurse, entrepreneur with a successful business. We can handle all of those things. And we can have many dreams and can attain them, but we must believe we can. So develop that mindset. What is network marketing? Network marketing is basically just a different way of selling products to the end user. In traditional business, products are made by the manufacturer and then they're sold to a retail shop and then sold again to the end user. Network marketing is different, as a product gets made by the manufacturer and then sent straight to the end user, cutting out the retail shops. The companies then use that money that would have been spent on advertising on paying their distributors for recommending the products. It's a much cleaner way of doing business. Why is network marketing the business of the 21st century at this time? The reason why network marketing is starting to explode is because people are really starting to see that job security no longer exists and that the job market is shrinking. Years ago, you got that education, you got that job, you stayed with that job 40, 50 years for that big retirement. Totally different today. There is no loyalty by the employer or the employee. Also, the world population is starting to explode. One also has to consider advancement of technology. Most small villages and cities now have technology to access information about network marketing, direct sales, and other businesses. that they can own for a reasonable price tag. I also believe due to the information available, many people in all areas are realizing they're not limited to the lifestyle, jobs, and income that they have accepted in the past. They are seeing that there are opportunities for them in network marketing, a way they can change their income and their lives. Thinking of the many women who have been suppressed in many areas for many years, with the explosion of information, they are now seeing that they are capable of being business owners. They can own a business that is different from brick and mortar businesses, a business that they can do at home on a computer and a smartphone. I have heard that some join with other business partners and help to finance at the level that they want to start at. They form a group, and they all work at building that business. And then as that business continues to grow and gets bigger, one person may come out and become an independent distributor, and the group and them continue to work together, helping them to build the business, and then another one will drop out, and pretty soon each one of them are independent business owners, and they did it by group. They did it by caring and helping one another. So let's talk about why the women of the world, what they do right so that they can become very successful network marketers. And let's talk a little bit about statistics. Women, half the population and 40% of the workforce, own or manage about 30% of the businesses worldwide. This is reported by the International Labor Organization. And female entrepreneurs have lifted the U.S. ownership figure to 30%, according to a study by American Express Open, increasing 74% since 1997 and 21% since 2007. Women-owned businesses are a pillar in the post-recession recovery. Those 9.4 million enterprises employ 7.9 million people and generate $1.5 trillion in annual revenues. And one study suggests women entrepreneurs enjoy advantages. Women focus more on sustainable growth. Women pay more attention to mitigating risk. And women are less prone to overconfidence. It is time for women to embrace and employ their talents so that they can reach their full potential. And again, what they do right so that they can become very successful network marketers. They are strong. And many of us have been and are very hard on ourselves. We tend to focus on our weaknesses, focusing on our different flaws, talents, and appearances. And we are a mix of many different cultures, backgrounds, experiences, and beliefs. We do not realize how strong we are, many of us handling adversity with ease, finding creative solutions for family problems and other situations and problems. So focus on your strengths and become a woman of strength so you can do anything you want to do with your life. One thing I discovered in the process of this presentation is that companies are making more money because women are bringing to the global economy their skills at working with diverse populations and at seeing more pathways to their goals. Communities and nations are recognizing the integrity and transformational leadership style of women and calling upon them to lead them in progressive changes. How do we come to believe we can be a business owner and an entrepreneur in that person? We must realize that each of us is born with inborn qualities, and these are very useful and needed to be a business owner. And many of these qualities are already within us. We need to really look internally and learn who we are. You will be surprised in what you find out about yourself. And some qualities we need, and this isn't by any means a total list. This is just some of the things that I'm going to touch on today. 25 years of research, many overwhelmingly, shows that women have exceptional skills at problem solving, creating, inspiring, and relating to others. Despite being ignored, dismissed, even beaten down over the millennia, women have honed their many strengths, breaking societal chains that have bound them for generations, emerging as superb leaders, entrepreneurs, innovators, and players of the game. Women do much more right than they do wrong. So then talk about balancing business and family life. Work-life balance is a goal for many entrepreneurs, regardless of their gender. But mothers who start businesses have it simultaneously run their families and their companies. They do this all at once. And in this area, traditional gender expectations often still prevail. Each family has its own dynamic, so you will be wearing many different hats. One advantage to a network marketing business is that you can do it from home. It eliminates the time you spend commuting, time that can be spent with the family before they leave for their daily routine and then in the evening when they come home. You can listen also to trainings while you're conducting household duties or outside duties, using your multitasking skills that are already in place. No limitations. You know, we frequently use excuses as to why we can't do certain things. And I want to ask you to really look at those excuses. Are they really legit? Or is there really another reason that we are using them? We are limiting the things that we can personally accomplish in life, and later on in life we're going to regret that. We can take advantage of the opportunities that we've been exposed to. And I very honestly have changed my request that I make to God, and it used to be, God, give me opportunities, and I changed that to, God, help me to recognize the opportunities and to take action on them. Coping with fear and failure. Fear of failure is a top concern of women who launch their business. Failure is a very real possibility in any business venture, and it shouldn't be viewed as a negative. We have been told by our leaders that we may need 100 no's to get one yes, but that one yes will make you more successful tomorrow than you were today. And we're also faced with other fears, fear of rejection. Did you know fear isn't real? We create it in our mind, and we can get rid of it by facing those fears. Expose them for what they really are, false evidence appearing real, a figment of our imagination. And also avoid negative advice. You know, you may have people, maybe your friends, your family, and other people telling you that you cannot succeed in your business. And you're in your mind, just ask them, are they an authority? Have they ever built a business? What are their credentials? And listen to our credible leaders, the people who have built a successful business. And I also suggest you work with a mentor, and they will encourage you to work through the moments of self-doubt that every business owner faces. Believe that you can move through that to become a stronger person. Belief in yourself. We all have a power and strength within us. I believe this power comes from a higher power, higher source that we're all connected to. Self-confidence. I repeat, the secret to success is within you. You have an unlimited potential. We all have within us what we need to be successful. We need to uncover those talents and develop them. My sponsor mentor could see my potential before I did. And it took me a while to believe I was capable of doing the things that he believed that I was, could do. And you're as capable as anyone to step out of your comfort zone and make those changes. As we are reminded by our trusted leaders, God does not make junk. Women entrepreneurs have a healthy level of self-confidence and beliefs in their abilities and skills, and you can develop this in yourself. Use affirmations and healthy self-talk. Self-doubt is part of being human, but a confident businesswoman is able to put these into proper perspective. She does not personalize mistakes or criticisms, but uses them instead as feedback and opportunities for improvement. Confident women value the opinions of others and seeks help from other experts. She is confident in her ability to critically analyze other people's input. She uses her woman's intuition to actively listen to them. It's that ability to sense the right course of action, even when you don't have all the facts. It can be invaluable in network marketing when you need to determine what a customer is thinking, or whether you feel good about a prospective business and the advice you have received. For all of us to be able to tap into the power and utilize it, we need to believe in ourselves and love ourselves. We also need to know who we are, and this can be a lifelong journey because we're constantly changing. I'm still learning things about myself, and it continues to amaze me. Support. And we know that support will come from different persons. And number one would be your sponsor and the other leaders in the company. These are persons who have built successful businesses and will lead and guide you as you are building your business. Lots of training and videos on products and businesses are available on a special site, our University Online. And the second support system is your family. Sit down with them. Share with them what your goals are for business. Also understand that sometimes that support isn't there. My experience was that it wasn't there until the income changed. Now there is more understanding and less pressure. If this is your situation, then you will have to decide how important it is to you to achieve your dreams and goals. Decide not to let someone else, even if it's your spouse or a family member, take that away from you. Be that person you are who has different dreams and aspirations than your family. They may at times feel threatened because of the changes they will see in you over a period of time. And they may not want to change. Accept them as they are. You can't change others, but you can change yourself. Only you can make this decision, and I chose to persevere and continue. Now, along this same line, we need to realize there is a difference between men and women. We communicate, think, feel, perceive, react, respond, need, and appreciate differently. We women are more emotional, touchy-feely, and want to talk about it. Men just don't want to talk about it. Then our subconscious mind. My mentor continually reminds me that this business is 90% between my ears, in my mind. It is what I think that is so important to my success. What we think, do, feel are an indication of what we are. All of this is in our subconscious mind. And I believe things that I just shared with you are controlled by one of our strongest tools, the subconscious mind. It's like the law of attraction. It's always working, regardless if you're aware of it or not. So why not take advantage of it? Our conscious and subconscious minds are far more powerful than any computer. Our conscious mind has been influenced by our hereditary tendencies as well as a result of home, business, and social environments. For countless thousands of impressions, ideas, prejudice, and similar thoughts are received from others, resulting in opinions, suggestions, or statements, and much of it is a result of our own thinking. Nearly all of this is accepted with little or no examination or consideration, and then it's passed on to the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind does not make any determination if it's right or true or false. If the impressions in your subconscious mind are fear, worry, anxiety, unworthiness, these impressions are holding you back. They're blocking your success. And we can overcome these types of blocks by building mental strength. And again, this goes along with the positive self-talk and using positive affirmations. Use them morning and night, all day long, telling yourself you're worthy. You're a quality person. You are a leader. I use Bob Proctor's affirmation. I'm so happy and grateful I'm earning $5,000 a month, whatever your goal is. Thank you, God. Believe it and say it out loud. Doing this over and over consistently, it will become a habit. And continue to think this way, and it becomes automatic. And then we were sure we know. We have changed it from our head knowledge to our heart knowledge. And folks, once it's in your heart, it will always be with you for the rest of your life. Persistence. Starting a business is one thing, but keeping it going is another matter entirely. To be a successful businesswoman, you have to be persistent and never give up. And I know that persistence is a quality that most women have. This is one of your inborn qualities that you have. Granted, there will be days when you feel like sticking your head in the sand. But when you're feeling down, remember your why. Remind yourself of all the things you've achieved and want to achieve. Stick to it because the first best triumph could be just around the corner, and get back with your mentor. Talk to your mentor, your coach. And I'd like to add, be careful who you listen to. There's a lot of information available on the web that can distract you and lead you away from doing the basics, from doing the daily routine. Check these alleged authorities out, and you may find out that many of them have not built a successful business. And they're just making the money on these programs that they're putting out. And is that what you want? If they have an unsuccessful business, are you going to have a successful business if you listen to them? Listen to our leaders, persons who have a proven record. And then caring about others. You know, this again is a quality most women already have. We nurture and love others. We are caregivers, and one reason we make good teachers and nurses. We can apply this quality to our business in that we care about our business partners and our customers, wanting everyone to have the best possible experience. Now you see there, I like a little humor, and this goes along with being willing and open-minded, and this is for all ages. So I'm 78 years old, and I'm still learning new things. Age should not stop you from starting a business. It keeps you alive, alert, mixing, and talking with all kinds of people. It's exciting. So don't tell me you're too old to start a business, okay? Be willing to learn new things, and if you think it's going to be too difficult for you, be open-minded. Honestly, look at your mindset. And I'm going to speak about myself. When I encounter something that I think is going to be too difficult. My mind just shuts down. You know, nothing gets in, thinking there is no way I can do this. It's impossible. I can't see anything that I can do with the situation. Then if I sit down and talk to myself, analyze it, really stopping and looking at the situation, looking at the thing I think is difficult, knowing I can go one step at a time, you know, just picking at it, pulling at it at a time, and I'll be able to accomplish the issue. All of a sudden, I understand it. An example, I have several websites that I have set up with Weebly, but decided I wanted a WordPress website. I felt the WordPress site would give me more flexibility to display more areas of the products in the business. And I could have had someone build it for me, but I would have to pay them again to make changes and update it whenever new products came out, new updates came out. I decided even if it took me a year to build this site, I was going to do it. And I have done it, and it has taken me a year, but I did it. Now, when I go to the sites like Weebly and Wix, to me they're more complicated than my WordPress. But I did some work on the WordPress last night, and I know that I have much more to learn about WordPress. So when I decided what I wanted, I became more willing and open-minded to reach my goal, and I'm glad I did. The site needs upgrading frequently to make it informative and an attractive site. So you see a transition of changing your mindset in this slide right here about what I just talked about. You know, the first one is, my mindset was, oh, no, I can't never figure this out. This is just too difficult. I just can't do this. It's impossible. Then the second slide is, oh, look, I just did copy and paste, and I was able to answer an email. I'm learning how to do these things on this computer. I'm getting excited. I wonder what's the next new things I can learn. Third one is, oh, I am so glad that I am now able to do so much on the computer. I don't know what I would have done if I hadn't learned how to do these new things every day. Fourth one is, I am so excited. I have set up my own website. I'm making out ads, and I'm responding to other people and finding out new things on the internet. This computer has helped me make contacts with others who are interested in my business and the products, and I can set up a time to meet them if they're local and in my area. Wow, this concept not only applies to the computer, but applies to everything we encounter that we're not familiar with. So we have many things we can make a learning experience of. Just get out of our comfort zone and invest in yourself. Read daily, 30 minutes to an hour, books, articles that are related to the business. Attend events, and events being some of the things like business presentation overviews, trainings, travel events, like the 15th anniversary of it in Hong Kong. And then trainings. We have many trainings that are recorded and available on the STEAM Team site. This site is free. Take advantage of this terrific information that's available to you. Now this next slide, I'm a fan of Napoleon Hill, and I encountered this slide on one of the emails that I got the other day, and I was so impressed with it, I thought it was very appropriate for today's training. And it says, a person who complains that he or she never had a chance probably hasn't the courage to take a chance. Thomas Edison once observed that the reason most people don't recognize opportunity when it comes along is that it is often dressed in overalls and looks like work. Often opportunity involves a great deal of work and the willingness to take a chance on something, the outcome of which may be uncertain. Eventually you reach a point when you must either accept an opportunity with all of its unknowns or else turn your back on it. No one can tell you when you have reached that point. You alone know when it's time to make your move, to have the courage to take the chance. So this concludes my sharing with you. My wish is that you have benefited as much as I have in preparing the presentation, but I do have one last word for you ladies. Step forward, start this business, and start on an exciting journey. No matter what country you're in, you will never regret doing this, and you will help yourself and many other people whose lives you will touch and change. Just do it. And this is Frances Maxwell signing off.